Hey guys, this is Ackley, SamAttack4427 here, and welcome to another episode of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about my horsey plushie that I, of course, got, which I actually did get when I was at Retro Game Con well over a year ago for sure, and to me, I do find it to be a really nice plushie for sure. I really do think it really does do an incredible job, and of course, pretty much looking exactly like one of the Pokemon for sure to really make it all the more incredible for sure. And yeah, I guess either way, I really do think it was actually well worth it for me to get that one for sure, and certainly another great addition to, of course, plenty of the other stuff revolving around Pokemon that I actually got for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah. But hey, if you actually have seen the episode for yourself, you'll know exactly what I mean for sure. But in case you're actually quite curious, then not to worry, I got you covered because, well, if you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there over at the top right corner of the screen if you want to go ahead and click on that. And even if you can't, there's always the link down in the description box below if you want to check out the previous episode that way for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead. I'll wait till you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure. In fact, yeah, I'll just be sitting here by the time you come back for sure. No rush or anything. So yeah, take all the time you need. Yeah, I guess my point still stands, and of course, why I actually said, and of course, the previous episode for sure. I am beginning to wonder if my girlfriend, Casamelgi, decided to finally cosplay Misty pretty soon. Maybe this will be a good addition for, of course, one of her many water Pokemon she will obtain for sure. I seriously gotta talk with her about that. I am seeking possibilities for her. I mean, hey, I'm doing whatever I can to help her out for sure, so maybe that could be one of them. I'll think on that for a while. Alright, I guess seeing how you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess for today's episode, well, we're actually going to stick with, of course, a Pokemon plushie for sure, but unlike the last, what I talked about in the last episode, where, of course, I got it over a year ago, this one I'm going to be talking about here today, I got pretty much from a convention that I went to 9 years ago for sure. Yeah, I can't believe it's been that long, and I wish I could have talked about it earlier. But I figured now is a good time for me to talk about it for sure, so yeah, what is it I'm going to be talking about, you may ask? Well, of course, you may recognize, well, I guess if you have seen the previous videos that I posted on this channel, and of course my second channel, I think you may recognize, well, this. So yeah, what I actually got right here is, of course, this really nice plushie version of another Pokemon that we all know for sure, and that being, of course, Dedenne. So yeah, believe it or not, I actually did get this well over 9 years ago for sure, and well, you may recall seeing this one in plenty of my videos that I put out in the past for sure. But I figured now will be a good time for me to finally talk about this one for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this one. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we got the introduction out of the way, we can now go ahead and finally talk about this one for sure. Now, Now, I bet a lot of you guys may be asking to yourselves, how did I manage to pretty much take the time to actually finally talk about this one for sure? Well, honestly, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, if you may recall, years ago when I talked about how my I guess I might as well give you guys some context for sure before I can dive right into this. Well, if you may recall, pretty much well over 9 years ago for sure, I actually did go to one of course, plenty of conventions that I've actually been to in the past, which is of course Anime Boston for sure, and again, just to give you guys a little context, this was back in my early years of going to conventions for sure, and of course, well, my YouTube channel for sure is of course, I had to go for a massive restarting, of course, my YouTube channel since after my old one got terminated in early 2013 for sure, so I guess, quite frankly, I was relatively new to, of course, going to conventions for sure, seeing how I got, of course, doing some exhibitions and train shows beforehand for sure, and let's not forget to mention, Anime Boston was not only my third convention that I've been to following pretty much both Anime Syracuse in 2013 and Retro Game Kai in 2014, yeah, not only was it my third convention by far, but this was, of course, the biggest convention that I've actually been to by far, and regardless on that, and of course, I did manage to pay a visit to my aunt and uncle around the time I actually went there for sure. It was actually a really great time for sure, and I had a blast for sure. And luckily enough, we actually kept that going pretty much for about 3 more years afterwards, since, yeah, pretty much stopping at right around pretty much the one we've been to in 2018 for sure, to which honestly was actually a really great time for sure, and yeah, regardless on not going to that convention ever since, I definitely knew my time going to Anime Boston for now at least, definitely did end on a high note for sure, so yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Again, it has been a while since I've actually been to Anime Boston, since I've been to the one in 2018 for sure, but I do hope that once I get some things sorted out on my part, I would definitely love to come back to that said convention for sure, as I definitely know things have actually changed up for sure since the last time I've been for sure. But I would definitely love to come back hands down just to see on how much has changed for sure and what remains the same for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. And of course, during my first visit there for sure, I have picked up some really great stuff for sure, which I did actually talk about in its own episode that I did way early on in this show, probably all the way back in season 2 for sure. So, and believe it or not, this Dedenne plushie is definitely one of them for sure. I was, of course, really intrigued when I actually got this one for sure, and yeah, pretty much seeing how during the time pretty much I went to that convention, and around the time I got it, the Pokemon anime was currently going on pretty much during the X and Y generation for sure, to which obviously enough is, of course, my favorite era, and of course the Pokemon anime for sure, because, well, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to explain all here because, well, we'll be here all day if I did, so. But yeah, I was lucky enough to actually get this during my time at Anime Boston back in 2015 for sure, and I did talk about this pretty much way early on in this show. But obviously enough, this is, of course, where the best part actually comes in for sure. If you actually may recall years ago, I actually pretty much got underway season 2 of course, one of my show's family movie collaboration, which I do hope to get back to working later on if things have actually gotten freed up for sure in terms of my videos as normal for sure, but we'll definitely have to wait and see on that. not gonna confirm when, but I do have plans later on that I won't give away here, but yeah, pretty much since the beginning of Season 2 of that said show, I've actually decided to make use of this Dedenne plushie and actually create a character made exclusively for that said series on my second channel for sure, to which thankfully, you might recognize him as, of course, pretty much in that said series as, of course, my pet Dedenne, who is, of course, named Rob. So yeah, obviously enough, I actually did make this Dedenne plushie as like one of course, a couple of characters that is, of course, made for a family movie collaboration for sure, and thankfully, it's not just that, but I did also pretty much allow it to carry through in most of my other videos that I've actually done as well for sure, So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say in the long run for sure, and let me tell you, it is a lot of puppeteering work for sure to really make this, to really get this one right for sure, but I'm still pretty proud of course, the pretty much the results for sure, So yeah, that will pretty much give you a full-on explanation of course, why I decided to go that route for sure, But I guess for the sake of this show for sure, and pretty much keeping this Dedenne plushie out of character for sure, for the time being, as of now, I figure it makes sense to finally go over this one on its own, just to see on how well it actually fares up. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do, so let's get right to it. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we got the full-on explanation out of the way, I guess it makes sense to finally go ahead and talk about this one for sure. So yeah, we might as well get right to it, and starting from the look of it, hands down, you can definitely see that, yeah, they really did an incredible job, and of course, pretty much capturing the look and the feel of Dedenne for sure. To which, by the way, I should mention this right now, is that this Dedenne plushie, as you can see here, is actually done by, of course, Tommy for sure, who you may recognize for several of their toys they've actually done from past to present for sure. And obviously enough, Pokemon is, of course, definitely one of those franchises that Tommy has actually had a really good relationship on for sure. And I make it no secret because I did talk about the good number of stuff that Tommy has actually made over the years for sure. Particularly Thomas the Tank Engine that they did years ago for sure, to which I do know they're actually currently working on currently in Japan as of now under the Playrail lineup for sure, So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. And with what I'm actually seeing, they actually did an incredible job, and of course, capturing the look and the feel of course, Dedenne for sure. Yeah, like, you can definitely see from, of course, its head all the way to its body for sure. It's nicely shaped out from what I've actually seen by far, and you can definitely see they really want to incorporate that mouse-like feel like the actual Dedenne in both the games and the anime actually accomplish for sure. Which is actually no big surprise on that front, because this is, of course, one of many electric-type Pokemon that actually took basis from Pikachu for sure to really perfect, hands down. And yeah, I really do admire the commitment they actually did to really make it work for sure. Still has the same assets and, of course, basis as Pikachu, but it wanted to go for its own thing, and I really do like pretty much what they actually did for sure. So yeah, you can tell from, of course, the front and, of course, along the sides, even the back as well. They really did an incredible job on, of course, that front. And even the way pretty much they use different fabric and stuff, and the way it's colored out to match the skin color of course, Dedenne is actually quite perfect for sure. Like you can tell from, of course, the way he actually wanted to go for that dark orange brownish color pretty much to really perfect it just right, really makes it all the more worth it. And even along the back with, of course, the black stripe to go alongside it, it's actually a really clever touch for sure. And yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. And let's not forget to mention the ears, I'm not gonna lie, is actually really quite amazing for sure. Again, the way they actually shape those out, I'm not gonna lie, really does make it all the more worth it for sure. Almost like pretty much they're like actual functioning ears that Dedenne itself would actually pretty much have on for sure. So yeah, I really do love what they did with the ears for sure. It was well worth it, and yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, the face, I'm not gonna lie, is actually really quite amazing for sure. For the way they actually pretty much put together the eyes, and of course the small little nose, and of course the mouth itself, with of course the nice little buck tooth showing it hands down. I think it is actually really nicely done for sure. I really do love the commitment they actually did for sure. Even the cheeks, I'm not gonna lie, is actually nicely done for sure. That nice circular shape for sure to really make it all the more incredible. Really is something to really admire. And oh yeah, let's not forget to mention the whiskers made to make it look like pretty much antennae shaped for sure. Really is quite amazing for sure. And yeah, I think I guess it kind of makes sense for the whiskers to actually be shaped like that, because, well, it is, again, a electric type of Pokemon, so they really need to pretty much rely on what they need to do to really make this incredible for sure. So yeah, and of course going alongside the torso for sure, that too I will have to say is actually nicely done. The way its belly is of course shaped out in a pretty much a much more lighter color for sure, to really make it stand out is really something to admire for sure. And oh yeah, let's not forget to mention the one detail I do love the most about this plushie is mainly, of course, the tail for sure. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna lie, pretty much, if anything, for any Pokemon fan out there for sure, it is common to, of course, pretty much for most Pokemon to have a really nice tail for sure. And the way they actually pretty much planned out this tail for Dedenne is actually quite amazing. Plus, I'll even give it a props for sure going alongside the pausing stuff to really hold on to this tail. It's actually really quite amazing for sure to really get a nice good grip from what I can gather. And yeah, I really do like what they actually did for sure. They knew they didn't want to pretty much go all out with, of course, a tail that long. They really need to stretch it out in the right length for Dedenne to hold on to for sure. And I really do like what they actually did, of course, that front. That detail alone is, of course, something I really can't get enough of for sure. And let's not forget to mention the feet go alongside at the bottom. I will have to say it's actually quite cute for sure. Though, yeah, part of me does kind of wonder if they're supposed to be duck feet or pretty much feet from a really tiny dinosaur for sure. Well, whatever the case, you be the judge of that. So, but regardless on that, I really do think the feet on Dedenne is also nicely done for sure. And given to all the hang and the way it's pretty much structured out, it almost does kind of look like Dedenne is actually sitting down for sure. To which I'm not gonna lie, I do think it's actually quite clever for sure. I really do think pretty much they really planned this out accordingly for sure to really make it the best they can. And for that, I say it's actually worth it in the end, and I really do think they really pulled it off in every way they can for sure. So yeah, I guess give it to that thought alone. I think pretty much stuff like that is what really makes it all the more worth it for sure. So yeah. Alrighty then, so yeah, I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this Dedenne plushie for sure. So yeah, overall, I really do enjoy this Dedenne plushie for what it is, for sure. I really do think they did an incredible job with what they actually did to actually make it pretty much have the look and the feel of the actual Pokemon itself, for sure. And for that, they really accomplished that accordingly, for sure, in a way that I really could admire, for sure, to really make this all the more worth it, for sure. And in the end, they accomplished that perfectly, for sure. And for the fact that I've been holding on to this thing since after I bought it well over 9 years ago, that is a lot of dedication by far, and I really do think it's actually well worth it, for sure. So yeah, I guess in the end, I say this is actually well worth it, for sure. So if you actually got the time and the money, or actually find some listings, for sure, I say definitely pick this one up, for sure. I think you're gonna be in for something really great, for sure. And hey, whether you pretty much want to be like me, and of course utilizing for, of course, not just family movie collaboration, but also a few other videos that I've actually utilized this for, which I guess it has been a while since I've actually done it, so I'm quite old, for sure. Or maybe I guess you'll get a little something for, of course, that one person who wants to cosplay Boggy from, of course, the Pokemon X and Y anime, for sure. I could definitely see that happening, so... But yeah, whatever the case may be, I say definitely buy this one, for sure. I think you're going to be in for something really great, or I guess in this case, a little something electrifying, for sure. I don't think that's how the right way for me to say it, but yeah, you kind of get the idea, for sure. So yeah, like I said, if you can find this one, definitely buy it, for sure. And well, Tommy, you definitely won me over once again with, of course, this one. So whatever you got next, keep it up. So yeah, and I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and by all means, let me know in the comments down below on what you thought of this one overall. I would definitely love to know on what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and well, we're not done just yet, for sure, because, well, since I did mention that I did use this Dedenne plushie for a character that I used in family movie collaboration and most of my other videos on the side, I think we're going to be talking about another plushie that I actually got that I did utilize in family movie collaboration and make it into its own character, for sure, that I not only incorporate into that said series, but most of my other videos that I did on the side sometime later. I think you can pretty much put the puzzle pieces together, but in case you don't, you'll definitely wait and see in the next episode, for sure. So yeah, tune in next time for that, and well, I can't wait for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I'm posting on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTACTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.